What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the McCoy Vlogcast. Alright, today I'm going to be talking about basically YouTube, filmmaking gear, just a teeny bit, not too deep, not in depth in terms of cinematography, but in terms of, being a vlogger and the type of equipment you want to get and the type of equipment that I have, that I use, to take videos and all of that and yada yada yada. So yeah, I'm going to be talking about that right now. So thank you to everyone that watched all my videos. If you didn't watch the previous videos, I suggest you go watch the previous ones and, come back here, just catch up. So yeah, guys, I'm very grateful and thanks to all of my subscribers. I love you guys. I'm sorry I'm a bit tired. It's kind of late right now, so I'm shooting late night. It's a bit chilly, so yeah, so bear with me. So I'm gonna be talking about the gear that I'm using versus pretty much the gear that I want to get, and pretty much just suggestions of what you should buy if you want to get into YouTube and vlogging and that kind of stuff. So yeah, first I'm going to talk about the gear that I use, and from the gear that I use, I'm going to tell you what I hate about it, tell you what I like about it. It's basically a review of what I'm doing. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. By the way, drop a like if you do like, subscribe and join the family. Yeah, that's all that you gotta do. That's all that's needed. Alright, so the first thing that I'm gonna review is this camera of mine. This is a Canon 700D EOS DSLR, and I've had this for roughly about 3 years. It's a good vlog camera. It does the work quite fine. You can adjust all your settings, your aperture settings. It has a nice touch screen over here. It has a nice touchpad. You can just scroll through. It's good, honestly. I like it. And what's best about it is that you can do, when shooting a video, you can twist the viewfinder. So it's important, guys. If you're a vlogger and you're looking into buying a vlogging camera, you should get like a camera that can twist the viewfinder. If you can do that, then you're golden. You're good to go. Because it does the work quite fine. It's doing quite a legit job for me. It's doing the most. So yeah, so this camera shoots at maximum is in full HD. It's a full HD camera. It's good for your standard, you can do music videos with this. You can shoot basically anything standard, and it's a good low budget camera. I'm not satisfied with this, but it gets the job done, and I'm grateful to have a camera that works fine, But yeah, it's okay. It has an inbuilt flash. It has, it came with a twin lens bundle, which was a bargain. You get this roughly about 8,000 in rands to 10,000 in rands, possibly to 13. I don't know. I'm not sure right now how much it costs, but to be safe, I'd say 10,000. If your budget is 10,000, it's a good camera to get. I don't know if it's going to be a good camera within the years to come, but for now, it does the job. As I mentioned, it shoots full HD at roughly around how many frames per second? At 30 frames per second. And if you want to get 60 frames per second, it's gonna kind of take you down to 1280 to times 720p. So 720p roughly about for 60 frames per second. At clean 30 frames per second, you can do it in full HD. Well, which is not really bad, but I wouldn't suggest it if you want to say, like high intense frame rate music videos and all that. But it gets the job done. As a vlogger, I'd suggest you get, if you're looking to buy any camera, I suggest you buy these. They're good for pictures as well. Like, they take really nice pictures. Well, I'm not really a Nikon Nazi. I've been with Canon since the beginning, and I think it does the work. I think Canon is a good brand on its own. Some say Nikon is the best. Honestly, I can't tell the difference, guys. But I know that Canon cameras they're dope for me. I personally buy a Canon over a Nikon. I don't know, but yeah, it is a good standard camera. It's worth it. The only thing that I don't like about this camera on itself is the low frame rate, and basically the limitations when you have to go to 1080p. I want to be able to shoot 1080p at 60 frames per second, and this doesn't do that. But it's quite standard. It does a good job. It has a nice flexible, pro settings that you can use on any other camera, and yeah, it's a good. You can travel. It has an inbuilt flash. The flash is quite good. The photos, I love. It's amazing. And yeah, with DSLRs, you can never go wrong, man. You can just buy more lenses. You can buy lighting. You just upgrade the body and you keep the lenses for a lifetime. So yeah. If I ever decide I upgrade the body, I can still use the same lenses if I'm gonna buy a Canon camera. So it's a good starter. It's good to begin with this if you haven't, buy this to start. And yeah, it's pretty much that about the Canon 700D. If I were to buy a camera that I actually want, it's more or less anything that can shoot like 4K, because 4K is yeah. And anything that can shoot with a high frame rate, probably around 100 and something, 120 something frame rates, so I can get nice slow-mo shots, because I want to do a lot of stuff like take music videos and all that stuff, take some dope shots. So yeah, I want to get any camera that can fit within that criteria, you understand, and still take good photos on top of that. Any DSLR that's suitable for making music videos and making some dope shots. It's basically what I want to get, but I'm happy with what I got. I appreciate. So I don't get this whole thing of Canon versus Nazi thing. I don't get why you guys are going all wild in the community. The photographers are a crazy bunch, to be honest. But yeah, Nikon, Canon, I mean, what's the difference? Some say Nikon is the best, Canon is the best. I disagree. I don't know. But yeah, anyways, that's fine. So yeah, basically that's that. Alright, the second camera that I'm using is a Panasonic AVC HD camera, which is the one that I'm using to shoot right now. It's it's good when it comes to, it has some good stuff like ultra zoom. It's a good camera for the news and documentaries and stuff. It's kind of like a big, let me show it to you real quick so you can see. Yeah, so this is it. Yeah, this is it takes full HD and it has wide angle lens. It's quite big. You can put your external mic on top. It's just to put this light over there, and you can put a flashlight. That's what I like. I like the fact that you can put a flash on top and a mic, so I wouldn't have to deal with putting a flash and then the mic is just sticking around on the sides and everything. So yeah, that's what's great about it. And then you get your ports over here. I don't know if they're visible, they're not visible. And then you get your ports on this side. You see your ports. You can put 2 SD cards, USB, and HDMI. It has a headphone jack, and yeah, it does a solid job. It has a mic input over there. Unfortunately, that mic input is just aux in. It's not let's let it focus there. It's just an aux in. It's not a XLR or anything, but it would be great if it could do like if it had an XLR or so that would be amazing. But anyways, it does the job. It's good for like weddings. It's good for concerts, like if you want to take some shots from Zooms, church sermons and all that. Most churches use these cameras, and yeah, they do quite a solid job, honestly. Yeah, they do a solid job. Pretty standard. I don't know, you be the judge. I mean, you see my videos, you see how the video is now. You be the judge. How's it for you? Or maybe you think I'm not using it to its full capacity. Whatever, man. But anyways, I think it's quite a good camera. I'll use it for like weddings, music videos, standard shoots, documentaries, interviews. It has a nice standard industry standard type of vibe. You get what I'm saying? So it's a nice camera. It's a nice camera. And another thing that I like is the ultra zoom. The ultra zoom is quite good. You can take like shots from a distance. It can be on top of the building and just take shots from there. And zoom, it'll be good for television as well. I think it's quite a nice camera. It's quite a nice camera. And the good thing about this one compared to the Canon DSLR that I just reviewed just now is that this one can shoot 50 frames per second at full HD, and it's standard, but it's better than that one. It's good. So yeah, it's fine. Well, based on the price like these, you get these for roughly about like 30,000. Honestly, if it was me, I would just buy another DSLR or something that's better with that money. I wouldn't get like a full HD, because maybe back in 2015 it was the bomb, but right now times are changing. People are shooting 4K, people are shooting 2K, Ultra HD, and it's kind of falling behind. It's kind of falling behind, but resolution is not everything, so they say it gets the job done, and that's all that matters. It gets the job done. All right, in terms of lighting, what I use for lighting, my My lighting setup is quite standard and very low budget. I don't have like money to go buy lights or anything, or but I'm hoping someday if this YouTube thing picks up, I'll be able to afford to get nice lights and upgrade. So this is the light that I'm using at this moment. Now this light is actually a camping light. It has two LED tubes, two white LED tubes inside, and it's rechargeable. You can take it anywhere. Yeah, so it's a standard camping light. There's nothing special. You can adjust if you wanna. It's not really flexy in terms of adjusting the brightness and all that, but you can like dim it down and only let the one tube work, or you can let the two tubes work. So it's quite okay. It's not that bad for now. This is just for now, guys. This is just for now. And I used to have this light, right? I bought a light at a store. It was like a nice little store in Pretoria North, right? So they sell like gadgets, like nice LED lights, LED strips and all of that. And I got this. You see this light? This light is like almost like a tube light. It's a LED strip. It's a white light. So I use this could be used as a key light, and it's much brighter than the light that I'm using now. Like I was shocked when I actually plugged it in, but unfortunately it's not working anymore because I blew it. And just imagine, I bought this light for $70. It's still on there. $70, guys. I bought this light at $70, but I didn't buy the extra stuff that should go with it because I was a bit stingy back then. It was back then in 2017, 18, when I really wanted to get started with YouTube, but there was reasons at the first video why I didn't start. Go ahead and go watch that video and comment and engage, like, and yeah. So yeah, for those of you that watched it, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I purchased this light at 70 rands, guys. 70 rands, and it's amazing. It's really bright. These are the type of lights they use at barber shops, salons and all of that, and sometimes in hypermarkets, like in fridges, you get these lights too. They're really bright, and they do the job right. And if ever I had like a controller to go with that light to be able to adjust the brightness and an adapter to be able to get it, then I'd be using this light right now. This would be the bomb. I would go buy this light and be able to use it for videos. It'd be suitable for videos. And yeah, it's $70. Like this is it was amazing. I was impressed. But it didn't last long because I didn't buy the extra stuff. So I kind of like did like my own hacks, my own MacGyver stuff, and eventually the two wires kind of crossed and it caused it to blew. This is why the smoke over here on this top part, I do miss it. I'll be honest, I miss it so much, but it is what it is. It's gone now. It's dead. So I'm stuck with this camping light, and I guess it's doing the job. It's not to my full satisfactory level, but it's getting there. I'll upgrade it soon. I'll get a better light, And yeah, and people have been asking me, like, in terms of like ring lights, how do I feel about ring lights? I feel like just people have like this misconception of saying just because you have a ring light is good quality, and a ring light is called a ring light is the style of the light. It's a ring. A ring light can be bad. There's ring lights that are good, and you get these ring lights that you get at your stores, your makeup, where you can do your makeup tutorials and all that, and they have these nice ring lights that are nice and bright. It's a nice soft light. So I think I suggest if you go buy a ring light, just go test it before you take it. Check if ever it can adapt to different situations in terms of lighting, right? You want to get a light that can be able to brighten up the room, and you want to get a light that can be able to give an emotion, because remember, lighting is also a form of art. Lighting is very complex, guys. Don't disregard lighting. I think put more time on lighting than on taking good shots. If the lighting is good, your shots are going to be good automatically. So lighting, don't disregard your lighting. If you're going to buy a camera, then make sure the lighting is also within your budget based on what you want to do. If you want to do outdoors, it's fine. Just blow your budget on a camera. Okay, it's fine, that's okay, and ND filters and all that. But if you want to do something different, you want to start a photo studio, you gotta think about the lighting. The lighting is very important, and it shouldn't be disregarded for anything. The lighting is what puts in emotion. The lighting is what puts in color. The lighting is what improves your video, the quality, and lighting does the most. There's no use having a good camera and bad lighting. rather have an okay camera and good lighting. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, if I were to get a light, I would get, you know, these Aputure lights. Go ahead and go check out Aputure. They got good lighting, like they got good lighting for interviews, for daytime lighting, you know, like when you light it up, it looks like it's daytime completely. They got like these lights, good video lightings, you know, for good key lights. They have pocket sized lights. They have different types of lights that work wonders. As much as they're expensive, but the price is worth it, guys. I think you should go check them out. Aputure, guys, go check them out. All right, now if you're a smartphone cinematographer, or anyone that really is contemplating on using smartphone, guys, smartphones are evolving. Smartphones are doing the most. Smartphones are going good. Don't underestimate the power of the camera of your smartphone, right? Depending on what smartphone model you're using, of course. If you're using, most people are using iPhone, right? You can shoot 4K and full HD at 1080p, and it does good work. It does excellent work. And you get your other phones. Well, with me, I am using a Huawei P Smart. In terms of the camera, I'm not satisfied. I don't like the camera in terms of video. In terms of pictures, it works great because you get these two. I think is it a wide angle and a zoom lens, or is it a wide, and I am not sure. But it's an AI camera. They get, you know, these two lenses here, and they have a purpose for, you know, and they do good in pictures. But in terms of taking a video, I feel like Huawei, maybe it's the model that I'm using, the P Smart, it has a lot of limitations, or maybe it's not a lot. It's just I feel like it has limitations for what I want to do. But yeah, the Huawei P Smart it can shoot, only ends at 1080p, doesn't shoot Ultra HD or any whatsoever. So it's at 1080p at 30 frames per second. You can shoot 1080p at 60 frames per second. But the only thing that I hate about this, the Huawei P Smart, in terms of taking video, is that autofocus that keeps jittering and focusing and getting confused and getting lost. So I can't take a really still photo, like a still video, sorry. I can't take a still video of something without the camera doing all the works and jittering all around and moving back and forth and getting all wobbly. So this is what I really don't like, and that's why I would not use this for vlogging. I would use it for like maybe small stuff, like maybe use the selfie. The selfie doesn't have a problem, and you get beautification effects with the selfie at 720p, and it does a good job. Yeah, it's standard. It's quite good. And there's iPhones that do quite a solid job. I think the iPhone, if I were to get an iPhone, I'd get from the 8 up. It has a good stabilizer for your videos. You have a bit of flexibility, although you don't get 60 frames at 4K, but it has 4K, which is great. But then I wouldn't buy an iPhone because I feel like maybe I'm not the target market for iPhone. If I were to buy a phone, I would probably buy a Samsung. I feel like you never go wrong with the Asians. The Asians know what they're doing. I'm not saying the Americans are good. They got good phones, but not for me, I guess. But I'm more of a Asian smartphone type of guy, Xiaomi or Huawei or Samsung. So if I was to get a phone for the camera, for the video, not the photos, for the video, I would get a Samsung because the Samsung takes good videos. It does the most, and it has nice flexibility in terms of the pro settings, like adjusting your ISO, your aperture, your, you know, all of that. So that's what I love so much about the Samsung. It gives you flexibility for people who are professional and take videos and all that, or vloggers. I think Samsung is good. Smartphones are evolving and they're doing wonderful stuff. Soon there's probably a smartphone that can beat the camera that I'm using, and it's way less, probably 10 grand less than what I'm using right now. So as time evolves, they get better. Smartphones get better, the cameras get good, and you spend less for something that you can carry in your pocket. I mean, guys, I think you should consider it. But you get some of the guys that are in, you know, cinematography, they want to get the feeling of a camera, you know, holding it and adjusting the settings and tweaking it, changing lenses and all of that, you know, using your old vintage lens, taking some nice shots, you know, getting the feeling and putting a gimbal on it, you know, it just feels so nice. You feel like you're doing something, you know, you feel like it's all about the experience, man. You're experiencing it, you're getting that feeling of euphoria when you hold a camera. And that feeling is good. I would prefer to get a camera that's very good, although cameras also have limitations like smartphones. But still, I would get or maybe both. I would get a smartphone and get a camera, and I would get a GoPro. GoPros are dope. GoPros shoot 4K, you know, Ultra HD. They got a nice wide angle. They do the most, and there's like I think the Hero 8, if I'm not mistaken, Hero 8 Black. They call it the gimbal killer. It's doing the most. Like, it has like a legit nice stabilizer. It stabilizes your footage. It looks so smooth and there's no shakiness. It doesn't feel handheld or anything. So I think in terms of gear, I think it's all up to you and your preference and what you want. If you want high resolution, then get a camera with high resolution. If you want a camera with a higher frame rate, then get a camera with a higher frame rate. If you just want a camera that shoots full HD and is good for vlogging and you can twist the viewfinder, then get that camera. The 700D, it does the most. It's good. It's good, honestly. It's great. The Panasonic as well it's okay. I can twist the viewfinder and actually take vlogs, but I would imagine holding it like it's too big for vlogging. But you can use a tripod and yeah, it's amazing. Well, what I use, it does the job for me now. And some things, there's certain limitations that I don't like, and there's certain stuff that I do like about both cameras. They have good qualities and bad qualities, and I feel like even if you buy like a very expensive camera with high grade cinema cameras, there's always something that you're not gonna like. Maybe you're not gonna like the works of every time you gotta hold this big thing and gotta hold it right, and it feels so heavy running around with it. Or perhaps maybe you feel like you gotta put in a lot of stuff. The rigging and stabilizers is just too much. You want like a traditional nice handheld, or you want to do a nice traditional vlog where you can run around and like a GoPro or something small that you can fit in your hand or in your pocket. Or you want something compact that can fit in your backpack so you can just leave, instead of just having this big thing big machine and you gotta carry it around and put it in your boot. It fills up your whole car and everything. So yeah, well, anyways, before I get too much about this whole gear thing, well, I think that was enough. That's everything that I had to say in terms of gear and everything that I'm using. Well, thank you so much for watching this video. Feel free to subscribe, like, comment, and watch all my previous videos, and let's grow this family. I'm very thankful to everyone that watched. Very thankful for you guys for getting me this far. To all my subscribers, all of you, I love you guys, and have a great one. Masbonge.